I'm going to give you a method to 10 times how productive your days are. So the first thing is you need to decide on a method to record what you're going to do. So what I do is I write it in a notepad. I know some people who do it online. So there's like some apps you can just download. You can use like Google Calendar, or you can use anything. Just as long as you have a place to record what you're going to do. So then the next thing you want to do is you want to brain dump everything that you're anything that comes to mind that just needs to be done. Just just like write it down. It doesn't matter how relevant or like not important it is. Just write it down anyway. So this will give you a good idea of just an overview of the tasks that have to be done in the day. And then what you want to do is you want to add in like fixed events, things that just aren't in your control. For example, if you go to school or work, the most of the day will be blocked out, so you obviously can't do anything in those times. Additional things like appointments, or just if you're scheduled to meet someone, just things that like can't change time, that's just not flexible, put them in first, because you don't want to put something in a time that you're going to do something else. Like you can't do two things at once. And then what you want to do is you want to prioritize all of your the things that you have to do in order of importance. So just look at them and just think, how important are they? Like if you didn't do them, would it really matter? So then what you want to do is you want to put the most important tasks first. You want to prioritize them, because in the morning your mind and your body is the most fresh, so you'll do it at its best performance. And let's say you overrun on your time a bit and you don't get to do like the last couple of tasks, they'll be the least important ones anyway. So you wouldn't have lost out on as much if you did the important tasks last and then you just missed them. There'd be no point in that. Now what you want to do is you want to make your tasks very specific. So what I mean, let's say you need to like walk the dog or something. You just say, "Oh, I'm gonna do it for." Say exactly what you have to do. So say you would walk it like for 20 minutes, or you'd walk it like 2 miles or something. Make it specific so that you know when you can tick it off. So if you need to clean your room, just say, "Oh, I need to move the books, hoover the room," or just so then you can just tick them off each individually, and then when they're all ticked off, you know the task is complete. You don't want to leave yourself just unsure of whether to move on from a task. Make this decision easy for yourself later by just deciding when it's like what exactly has to be done. And now this last thing I'd say is the most important advice I'm going to give today. So you need to set a time limit on everything, because if you don't do this, your tasks will just drag on and they will take way too much time. Let's say you have like a piece of homework to do, and then you say, I can do it in half an hour, and then you set a half an hour limit on that. You'll do it. You'll complete the homework in half an hour, because your brain's very powerful. It will just force you to work at the right speed to complete it in half an hour. If you said you're going to do it in an hour, you would still do the same amount of work, but in an hour. So you've just wasted more time. Obviously, be realistic. Don't say, "Oh, you can do it in 1 minute," because then that's just a bit dumb. You're not going to be able to do it unless it's like a really easy piece. But then just keep it realistic. But then put a bit of time pressure on yourself. So if you think you could do it in half an hour, maybe say 20 minutes, and then you might get it done in 20 minutes. So you just saved 10 minutes. Now, the last step, it's very important to understand that it won't always go your way. So the plan you've written down, that's a nice plan, right? But then every single day it won't go to how you want to. Like other things could happen and just things could interrupt your life. Not everything's in your control. So just stick to it as best as you can. If anything comes, just work around them, and just as I said earlier, just do the most important tasks first. So you just skip out the least important tasks if just anything happens. So you have to do, yeah, that's it. So I hope this helped you, just implement this advice. It doesn't take much to start. You just need literally a pen and paper, and that's it, and just a bit of planning time, so maybe 10 minutes. I usually do it the night before, so right before I go to bed, I just think what needs to be done for tomorrow, and then this really helped me because then it saves me time deciding what I have to do. I just know what to do as soon as the time comes, because most people when the time comes, they're not sure what to do. Do I do this piece or this thing? Because they haven't even decided which one's the most important. So if you enjoyed this, just make sure to subscribe for more content like this. And I really hope I could help you with this.